Hey everyone, Tekgamer here. Welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursdays. This week we'll be featuring Captain Skyhawk from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Aliens have invaded Earth, and it's up to us to stop them. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we go. So I've gone ahead and enabled infinite lives for this game because this game is very difficult and I want to be able to just enjoy the game versus getting killed every 20 feet. So here we are at the first stage. Now the whole premise of this game is an alien force has invaded the Earth and put 4 bases on the planet. Those bases are drawing the energy from the planet and sending it to a space station in space, and we need to stop that alien invasion. Now, as you can see, I've already died twice now. This game is very difficult. One hit and you're dead. And you have to time where you fly to not get hit by it. There you go, 3 times now. This is why I enabled infinite lives. But this game is a whole lot of fun. This game was originally developed by a company called Rare. A lot of you have heard of them before. They made Donkey Kong and a whole bunch of other games. This was actually published by the Milton Bradley Company, which is the same people who make board games, and who I think eventually turned into Hasbro. The whole premise of this game is literally just fly through these 2D polygon-looking worlds here to stop this alien invasion force from taking over the planet. And each of the stages has a boss at the end, and the bosses are these bases. The one thing I never understood about this game was an alien invasion force has come to Earth, so you send an F-14 to stop them. But, sure. So here's the first boss, and the principle is you just have to take out the 4 sections and then take out the thing in the middle. So we'll just go ahead and keep attacking these guys here and try not to die. Oops. Like that, for example. So every time you die, you have to start over. And you only get 4 lives in this game, and I've been through about 7 already. So that shows you just how hard this game actually is. I am playing this on an emulator because my original cartridge that I have does not work anymore. For some reason, I don't know why. I think it's just worn out, or the batteries, or the battery and it's dead, or it's just broken or something. It just doesn't want to load when I put it into the Nintendo. So we'll just keep shooting at these sections here. This game, the control is very sensitive. I'm using just a joypad that I bought online a while ago for using with emulators. Just makes it less tedious on your hands to play, and this one's beat. So between every stage, there's these little sub-stages where you gotta take out these planes that are, I presume, part of the alien space force. They don't ever actually say what this is. One of the big things about this game I never understood is they don't ever give you the actual story. You have to get the story from what you can surmise of it, or from online. I went ahead and looked on Wikipedia before I played just to get the story of what it was, because I didn't remember. You have to rescue these scientists, which we'll find later on if I remember right. And they're in like a triangle or something like that. And they develop the weapon that you need to beat the spaceship at the end of this. Oddly enough, an F-14 can fly in space in this game. But sure, we'll stick with that, given it has no rockets or maneuvering thrusters. But alright. It's a Nintendo game, so the story never really had to make sense. This game was really cool when the graphics first came out. They were like simulated 3D terrain. Like, it looked 3D, which was amazing for Nintendo. And it mimicked a lot of the flight simulators at the time. I can't think of any in particular, but this game does remind me of Zaxion, if anybody ever played that. It was a Sega game, and it was also available on the early PCs, the Commodores. I think Commodore 64 had it. Even a 128 I remember playing it on. There we go, we made it inside the space station. Again, F-14 in space. Pretty cool. So we gotta buy some cannons and buy some hawk bombs. They give you, as you progress through the game, you get to get these credits. Mission 2, drop supplies. Oh, I remember this. This is hard. You gotta drop these supplies in the base here, while dodging everything else in this simulated world. Oops. There's one. Ah, I missed. If you miss, they bring you back around to do it again. Starting to get the hang of these controls again here. I love looking at the graphics on these games. I mean, you look at them now, it's like, oh, there, I got that one. You look at the graphics today, and it's like, oh, God. But, I mean, these were state-of-the-art at the time, and for such minimal processing power, the games ran like butter smooth, which was really cool, the way they made the games. It's funny, with every generation of games, the graphics get better and better. At the time when this game came out, it was like everything came from like the 2D pixelated stuff to the 3D stuff started to appear, and people were like blown away by it, especially when like Nintendo first came out, and everybody before that had like an Atari or something like that, and it was like, whoa. See if we can get this time. There we go. Got it. Supplies received. So we've knocked out one of the bases and resupplied. I'm assuming the scientists working under the ground. I guess that's what that is. I'm gonna destroy these fighter planes again. Oh, I got hit by a missile. Oops. As you can see, I've died 10 times already in this game. It's a fun game, but difficult. Oh, hit by a missile. So far we've taken out 10 planes, 9 planes. It's sort of been nice to have some of those missiles right about now. I don't think you actually have to shoot down any of them. I think if you just let it go, you'll get through the stage regardless. It's just, this is just like a little mini game to help you build some points. Oh, that missile missed. Whoa, dodging. Nice, there we go. Great to dock with the space station. This is always that weird, you gotta get it like exactly right, and then you press A or B or whatever it is to get in, and I screwed that up. And there we go. Again, F-14 in space. Physics does not matter. So I'll buy some bombs. And I don't have anything else here. Next mission. Good luck, Captain. Destroy the enemy base number 2. So if I remember right, the stages get progressively faster. Yeah, whoa. Look at this, my god. Holy god, you can't even, like, focus on the spot. Which I guess you really don't have to. Whoa. Ignore me as I move with the game here. Whoa. Oh. I died again. Rare made some. Here's the boss. Rare made some. I died. Rare made some pretty cool games. I can think of off the top of my head. What was it? Donkey Kong Country, and all the Diddy Kong games. They made GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. I know that. I think. Did they make Battletoads? I think they made a whole bunch of other games. Star Fox. One of the Star Foxes. And I think Killer Instinct, if I remember right, too. I used to love Killer Instinct. And I think their newest one, didn't Rare make Sea of Thieves? That's available on like the Xbox and the PC. I think, so they're still around. It's hard to tell who's who anymore in companies because they've all gotten bought up and eaten by each other over the years. So we're just shooting down these planes here. We've knocked down 12 so far since the beginning. I don't know what the purpose of these planes serve. If I'm assuming they're enemies, alien fleet, based on the fact that they're trying to kill me when I'm the only one who seems to be trying to save the world. So maybe there are aircraft taken over by alien hostile forces. Who knows? They don't ever tell you. So okay, there we go. Refresher here. See if I can do this time. And let's go. Nice. I think my cannon's maxed out here. Buy some hot bombs. Full. We're out of credits. 5. Yeah, let's do it. Back into space. Pick up the scientist. Alright, so we have to rescue a scientist here. He's the guy helping us make that weapon below the spaceship on the little info display. Oh, I remember this level. It's the one with the boats, the subs. I'm curious, did anybody ever actually play Zaxion when they were a kid? Zaxion, however you say it. I used to love that game when I was a kid. It was one of like my favorite games on the computer. I used to play it on my grandfather's computer. He had a Commodore 128. My first ever computer that I had was a Commodore 64 that my grandfather gave to me when he upgraded to a Commodore 128, and he must have spent thousands on it at the time. He was always big into computers. He's one who always said to me, get into the computers, it'll provide you for a lifetime, and so far it has. It's what I do for a living. Aside from play video games. Yeah, I'll try and take these two out again since I died here. Sorry if you see my head swinging back and forth, that's how... Alright. That guy's rescued. That's an interesting landing. Touchdown and we just stop. Okay, so we've got one scientist and 2 of the bases destroyed. We're good. Oh. you press select when you're banking to the left or right, you'll do a barrel roll. I just never remember to use it. Killed 14 guys. I'm trying to see if I can knock down 100 guys before the end of the game. Oh, I got hit by a missile. Ooh. Come here. Nope. Okay. Dock with the space station again. Alright, we'll just get our weapons here, and we are good to go. Alright, here we go again. Base number 3. It's like a neon pink stage. Oh, is this one where you go like ridiculously fast? Again? Maybe not. If you look closely at all the stages, they're pretty much exactly the same as every other stage. Just they change the colors and they change the enemies. On some of the enemies. Oh. This is one of the easier stages of the harder ones so far. The flying really fast one's always a pain. Looks like it's boss time, yep. So, doing this little zigzag back and forth thing here. That was always the big thing to do in this game, was just to strafe back and forth like that. And I might actually beat this one without dying. Yes. There we go. Done. 3 down, 1 to go. I remember with this game, with the later stages, you could, if you knew which routes to take in each of the levels, flying through like the mountains ranges, you can avoid like large groups of enemies, and that's how like the speedrunners would do it. You wouldn't have to deal with fighting and risking getting hit. Oh, oh, that was stupid. I got hit by a missile. Oh well. And I got my own missile now. Ah. Oh. Yes. That wasn't so good, but alright. After all these years, I still love playing these old school games. They're so much fun. Even though the detail and stuff, is just the storylines are just like, what? But they make it still, even after all these years, they hold up so well. even if they are insanely difficult, like this part. So now attempt number 3. There we go. Alright, missiles are loaded. Hawk bombs, we can get one more. Cannon's good. Maverick is good. Aim is good now. That's it, we're fully loaded. Alright. Drop supplies and crosses again. It's another one of these supply drops. Oh. There we go. One down. Hovercrafts are fast. Should be coming up on the next drop somewhere here. I think it's right here. Yep. Got it. Nice. It always impressed me how well this game ran on a Nintendo with the graphics on it were like a lot. The 3D rendering and stuff like that was always impressed me with this game, even though it's now obviously 31 years old. It was revolutionary for the time. I think definitely of all the video game systems I've ever had, I would have to say my favorite was probably the Nintendo 64, just because it changed everything when it came to graphics. I remember when Super Mario 64 came out, was like, it just blew people away with how good it looked. And then you play games today, it's like, I just played through Final Fantasy VII, the remake, which my son's actually playing right behind me. And the graphics on that game are just like ridiculously good. And it's just like, it blows you away. And it's always, video game systems have always been a game changer when it came to technology. Every single one that came out, and I died, has always changed the game in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I love about video game systems, is they always tend to go above and beyond. There were some that like flopped, like what was it, the Virtual Boy, or that, and some stuff like that just never went anywhere really, other than with like a niche market of people. But I mean, that was still like something revolutionary and new. Game Boy, when the color Game Boy came out, was like, whoa. And a lot of it at the time was because of memory limitations, and CPU just wasn't that good. It was very limited. Whoa, this is fast. This is the final stage with the bases. We got to destroy the last base here. This is high flying speeds here. Now we seem to slow down a little bit. Planes look like Harriers or Corsairs, or the wings are tilted back. It's definitely not a Tomcat. There we go. I'll be back. There he is. These guys. I've lost count of how many times I've died. But that's okay. It's just playing this for fun here. I used to have a Game Genie when I was a kid. And I remember all my friends thought it was like the coolest thing ever because some of them who had video game systems, but like they were their parents and they just played them. They didn't know Game Genies existed. And I like to bring it over and it was like, whoa, wait, what's this? And you just have the book with the codes. Alright, so all 4 bases are destroyed. We gotta find the scientist again. Playing that with one hand for a minute there. I'm trying to think of all the video game systems that I've had. I've had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, I had a PlayStation, and then I took a break from console games for a while. I had a Wii, the original Wii, I think that was the last one. And then I switched to PC games almost exclusively in about 2008 because my coworkers who I worked with all played PC games. So I'm like, I gotta build one. So I built one. And then I stayed with them for a long time until when my son was born. I sold my computer because I wasn't using it due to time. And then fast forward to now, I mean, I got back into consoles because of the hardware shortages. I'm trying to get in the space station here. This should do it. Trying to get hardware for PCs is almost impossible nowadays with the video card shortages and thanks to scalpers and stuff like that. But I am thinking about building one soon for a couple of reasons. One, I want to get back into some of the better PC games. And 2, something to help speed up my video processing. And stage is the water world here. We gotta rescue a scientist. All those mines, I remember these things. Stay away from them. There we go. Oh. You wouldn't think they would hurt you considering you're high up in the air, but apparently they do. Alright, we made it past that part finally. Oh. Okay. Should have put up a ticker in the corner of how many times I've died. But that would just be logistically a pain in the butt. I probably wouldn't even count that high. Alright, let's try and stay alive here. Oh. Okay, doing better now. Oh, that was close. Oh, I skimmed the top of that mountain, I'm assuming. Hopefully Captain Skyhawk thanked his superiors for not sending any extra help. During this massive, what looks to be a worldwide invasion by hostile aliens. But it's alright. Captain Skyhawk to the rescue. Oh, you know, we may try and go the other way. Here. Is coming up. Oh. Okay. Oh. Here comes the boss. Oh. Okay. Try that usual pattern again here. scientist rescued. Let's land like a... I'm not even sure how to describe it. It's like a helicopter. Alright, we picked up that guy. Apparently we can take off from a stationary position in this game. Okay, so we've got our secret weapon installed. And we're going to destroy the enemy fighter planes. And the next stop is the space station, if I remember right. Let's go ahead and shoot some of these guys down here. See if we can get to 100 kills. We're at 72. Oh. 81, we're getting there. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, guess I couldn't kill that guy. Alright, here comes the final stage. So before we start the final stage, I would like to thank everyone for watching this week's video from Throwback Thursdays. This was Captain Skyhawk for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Here is the final boss in the space station. You have to take out each one of these little things, and then you can, the eye opens up. I remember this. Oh, you see how hard this is? It's crazy hard. If there's any game anyone would like to see played for next week's Throwback Thursday, please go ahead and drop a comment on this video, and I will see what I can do about it. Okay, we just got one left here. There we go. The eye should open up. Oh, wait. There we go. There's the eye open. Okay, and we have completed Captain Skyhawk for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this gameplay, and please leave some comments on the video for anything you would like to see played in the future. Like I said, please click that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone next week. Thanks a lot, everybody.